So the group that I was working with at the time, the group at the USC's hospital, had some connections to athletics, not only within the university, but also a few trainers who I guess would come to the hospital. Their parents worked there or were patients there, and they had connections to professional athletes who were training with them. So there was just always like the atmosphere was kind of appropriate, that they would be in the hospital like setting, because generally, an athlete gets injured or has some scare about an issue they may have with their heart, or has a pre-existing condition that they're having to manage. Athletes spend actually a lot of time around hospitals and within PT clinics, things of that nature. So just the setting was right, and fortunately, because I had also participated in sports all my life, run track at SC, the lady that I was working for, Dr. Saxon, actually gave me the opportunity to seek out research projects related to sports and using digital health tools in that space, trying to think about different studies that we could do to kind of promote the what was going on at the USC Center for Body Computing. And so some of those happen to involve professional athletes and or training facilities where professional athletes were working, and just, talking to and coming across the right people. We had a couple of things that got published in like Fast Company. We had an article written about us in Vogue at one point, and, just being around the right people. And they, took interest to, wow, how are you utilizing data and these different technologies that you're collecting the data off of in this space? We want to know more about it. How can this, benefit players? How can this improve the way that we're making decisions about their training, about their rest, about their scheduling? And the stars happen to align. Everything involves a little bit of luck, but obviously also just the preparation and desire to be in that space. I think you sometimes come up with things that somebody might not even realize is applicable to the space that they're working in or playing in. And if you can sell them on it and it's reason for it, and get some good longitudinal data to collect to prove out the point that you're trying to make, it may unearth one insight, but that may mean the world to this team. And they may think, okay, well, let's do some more. Let's find one more insight off of 2 more years worth of research. But also, you got to also be able to take that. And I know I'm kind of getting long-winded and going off the path of the question that you asked, but you also have to be able to take the information that's publicly available and be able to strategize around it, using things such as R to visualize things that may not be as visible to the naked eye when you're just looking at a number or looking at a schedule. And just Excel, I think Excel and R are the 2 things that I'm pretty proficient in, and they get the job done for me, because most of the stuff that you're presenting, you obviously want to have the technical backing to it, but as long as it can just pass the conversation test, that's usually what pushes things into people's thoughts and makes them want to say, okay, let's act on that. We know this guy does good work. We trust in his knowledge of the sport, and as well as his knowledge of the information that's available, the numbers that he's collecting. So let's act on it. We trust him. And I think that's another thing that pushes athletes as well to respond to you and listen more to what you have to say when something may seem taboo, is that the trust that you build with them, the relationships that you build with them. And so that they don't become a number to you. It becomes a just typical conversation about the schedule. And because of some data that you have that allows you to unearth some insight, you're able to give them an insight on, hey, in the next 2 weeks, XYZ will happen. That's 3 times harder than any other period in the schedule. We may want to make some adjustments, not only to your training schedule during that time period, but you also may want to consider this in your personal life as well.